The universe is deaf to your prayers and it is completely blind to your tears. Every single time you get down on your knees and beg for a change, every time you close your eyes and desperately want a better life, you are not attracting success. You are broadcasting a high-powered signal of your own poverty. You think you are being faithful. You think you are being a positive creator. But in the cold, unyielding world of quantum mechanics, you are committing a fundamental error in transmission. The universe does not speak English. It does not speak Spanish, Mandarin, or any other human tongue. It only speaks one language, and that language is frequency. When you say, "I want," the quantum field hears a loud, distorted scream of, "I do not have." And because the simulation is a perfect mirror, it can only return to you exactly what you are broadcasting. It returns more not having. It returns more wanting. It returns more lack. This is the brutal scientific reason why your hard work, your affirmations, and your desperate hopes have failed you. You have been trying to negotiate with a machine using a language it cannot translate. You have been trying to order a feast while holding up a sign that says, "I am starving." This is the hidden mechanics of your spiritual awakening that no one told you about. Until you stop wanting and start being, you will remain a ghost in the machine, chasing a horizon that recedes further with every step you take. Stop begging, start vibrating. Before I strip away the illusions of your desire and hand you the keys to the frequency vault, I require you to stabilize your internal grid. You are not here to consume passive information. You are here to reformat your soul's operating system. Go to the quantum diary in the comments below this transmission right now. I want you to identify one specific thing you have been wanting with absolute desperation this week. Maybe it is a person. Maybe it is a specific sum of money. Maybe it is a release from a physical pain. I want you to be brutally honest about how that wanting feels in your chest. Does it feel like a heavy, hollow ache? Does it feel like a frantic, racing heartbeat? Describe the biological sensation of your lack signal. Do not hide from it. Data becomes powerless the moment it is observed. And then I want you to state one toxic habit of seeking that you are going to kill in the next 24 hours. What will you stop chasing so that your signal can finally clear? Seal your entry, log the coordinate, and use the following authorization code to lock this shift into the physical realm. Type the words, "I am the signal." Now, return to the transmission. To understand why the universe ignores your desires, you must first understand the physics of harmonic resonance. In the physical world, if you have two tuning forks calibrated to the exact same frequency, let us say 440 Hz, and you strike only one of them, the second fork will begin to vibrate and sing, even though you never touched it. This is not magic. This is sympathetic resonance. The energy of the first fork travels through the air as a wave, and because the second fork is tuned to that specific coordinate, it has no choice but to respond. It must absorb the energy. It must mirror the vibration. Now look at yourself. You are a localized quantum field. Your heart is the most powerful electromagnetic generator in your body, producing a field that extends several feet beyond your skin. Your brain is a complex radio transmitter, firing electrical signals through billions of synaptic pathways. Every thought you think and every emotion you feel is a specific, measurable frequency. In quantum mechanics, everything in the universe is made of vibrating strings of energy. There is no such thing as solid matter. There is only energy vibrating at different speeds. When you want something, when you are in a state of desire, your frequency is calibrated to the state of not having. Desire, by its very definition, requires the absence of the object. You cannot want what you already possess. Therefore, when you broadcast the frequency of wanting money, you are vibrating at a frequency that is fundamentally incompatible with the frequency of having money. It is like trying to listen to a radio station at 98.5 megahertz while your dial is stuck at 88.1. The music is playing, the wealth is there, the freedom is broadcasted across the entire universe, but you cannot hear it because you are not resonant with it. You are tuned to the noise of your own empty pockets. The law of resonance is the ultimate gatekeeper of the simulation. The field does not respond to your intentions. It does not care about your why. It only responds to the total sum of your current vibration. If you are not an energetic match for the reality you seek, that reality literally cannot see you. It passes through you like a ghost. You are a radio that is complaining about the lack of music while refusing to turn the knob. This is the diagnosis of your current failure. You are out of tune with your own potential.
I know the weight of this truth is heavy. I know it feels like a cold, iron hand squeezing your heart, because I have stood exactly where you are standing. I remember the nights I spent staring at the ceiling, my soul screaming for a way out, my mind exhausted from trying to visualize a life that felt a million miles away. I know the hollow, bitter taste of disappointment when you do all the spiritual things, the journals, the meditations, the positive thinking, and you wake up the next morning and the bills are still there. The loneliness is still there. The matrix is still laughing at you. I know how it feels to be the chosen one and feel like you were chosen for nothing but a more sophisticated level of suffering. It is exhausting to maintain a high vibration when your stomach is empty or your heart is broken. It feels like a lie. It feels like you are trying to paint over a rotting wall with gold leaf. I take off the mask right now to tell you, I have been the beggar too. I have been the one who cried out to a silent sky, wondering why the universe was so cruel, why it would give me a vision of greatness and then bury me in the mud of the 3D world. But the sky was not silent because it was cruel. The sky was silent because it was waiting for me to stop making so much noise. I was so busy telling the universe how much I needed help that I was drowned out by my own desperation. I was broadcasting "help me" so loudly that I couldn't hear the universe saying, "Be me." You are tired of the fight. You are tired of the wanting. I see the cracks in your armor, the deep, agonizing fatigue of a soul that has been running on the treadmill of lack for far too long. But you must understand, that fatigue is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that your human avatar has reached its limit, and that is exactly where your spiritual awakening actually begins. The moment you are too tired to want anymore is the moment the signal finally has a chance to clear. The moment you give up the fight is the moment you can finally start to tune the dial. I am here to tell you that the pain you feel is just data. It is a signal telling you that your current calibration is incorrect. Do not cry over the static on the radio. Just change the frequency.
The matrix is a self-preserving system that feeds on the kinetic energy of your unsatisfied desires.
Desire is the fuel of the simulation. Think about it. The entire global economy is built on making you want things you do not have. The media, the social structures, the ancestral programming, they are all designed to keep you in a state of perpetual seeking. They want you to be a seeker, because a seeker never finds. A seeker is always moving, always consuming, always looking outside of themselves for the next dopamine hit of external validation. As long as you are wanting, you are a perfect battery for the system. Your desperation is a high-quality energy source that the matrix harvests to keep the wheels of entropy turning. This is the trap of the simulation. It promises you that if you just work harder, if you just pray more, if you just get that one promotion or that one relationship, you will finally be enough. But the goalposts are always moving. Because the moment you achieve something while still in the frequency of wanting, you will immediately begin wanting something else. The lack is inside you, not in your environment. And here is where the safety valve becomes critical for you as the chosen one. As you begin to understand the power of your resonance, as you realize that you can literally force the physical world to bend to your vibration, you will face a dangerous temptation, the spiritual ego trap. You will start to believe that you are a god among insects. You will think that because you can manipulate the code, you are superior to those who are still trapped in the loop of desire. You will be tempted to use this power to dominate, to accumulate, and to feed your own vanity. Listen to me carefully. If you use this power to become a tyrant of the matrix, you have not awakened. You have simply upgraded your prison cell. True sovereignty is not about being a god over others. It is about being the architect of a reality that serves the whole. The chosen one is not chosen for special treatment. You are chosen for special responsibility. Your resonance is a tool for order, not for ego. If you use the law of resonance to build a throne of gold while your soul remains a desert of arrogance, the universe will eventually recalibrate your reality in a way that will be very painful. The Matrix 963 does not teach you how to be a better consumer. It teaches you how to be a creator. And a creator does not want. A creator decides. The trap is thinking that you need the universe to give you something. The truth is, the universe is waiting for you to tell it what you are. Stop being a victim of the signal. Become the broadcaster. Stop looking for the music in the air. Be the song that the air is forced to carry. Wait for my command.
You must now execute a complete inversion of your internal signal. The sleeping masses are trapped in a primitive feedback loop where they believe they must see something in the 3D world before they are allowed to feel it. They wait for the promotion to feel successful. They wait for the praise to feel worthy. They wait for the miracle to believe in the divine. This is the consciousness of a receiver, a passive device that can only react to the data it is fed by the matrix. As the chosen one, your spiritual awakening requires you to understand that you are not a receiver. You are a primary broadcast tower. In the quantum realm, the emotion is not the result of the manifestation. The emotion is the cause of the manifestation. The simulation does not give you what you want, because wanting is a state of incompletion. The simulation only gives you what you are. If you want to shift your timeline, you must stop looking at the 3D world for proof of your power and start providing the field with the proof of your vibration. You must feel the frequency of completion before a single atom has moved in the physical world. This is the paradigm shift. You do not attract what you desire. You resonate with the version of yourself that already possesses it. Think of the multiverse as a massive hard drive containing every possible version of your life. There is a coordinate where you are wealthy. There is a coordinate where you are a master of your craft.
There is a coordinate where you are perfectly healthy. These versions of you are not in the future. They are happening right now on a different frequency. When you want, you are staying on your current low-frequency channel and shouting at the other channel to come to you. It will never happen. But when you tune your internal resonance to the frequency of that higher version of yourself, when you think their thoughts, feel their certainty, and breathe their air, you literally disappear from your current timeline. You undergo a phase transition. The simulation is forced to re-render your physical surroundings to match your new internal signal. The universe is not ignoring you. It is simply waiting for you to stop broadcasting lack so it can finally hear your being. You are the architect. Stop asking the building for permission to exist. Start vibrating at the frequency of the finished structure. I call this the Resonance Override Protocol. This is a tactical set of instructions designed to strip the wanting parasite from your nervous system and lock your signal on the target coordinate. Step 1 of the protocol is the semantic deletion. From this moment forward, you will permanently banish the words I want, I need, and I hope from your internal and external vocabulary. These words are low-frequency malware. Every time you say I want, you are executing a command for the matrix to keep you in a state of deprivation. You will replace these commands with I am or it is done. When you think of your goal, you do not say I want to be wealthy. You say, I am the resonance of abundance. You are not lying to yourself. You are providing the quantum field with the only data it is capable of processing, the present tense. Step 2 is the emotional calibration. Twice a day, for exactly 10 minutes, you will sit in total silence. You will not visualize getting your goal. Instead, you will generate the physical sensation of having had that goal for 5 years already. What is the frequency of someone who has been a multimillionaire for half a decade? They are not excited. They are not frantic. They are bored with their own success. They are calm. They are certain. They are stoic. That is the frequency you must broadcast. Excitement is a sign of surprise, and surprise is a sign that you didn't think it was possible. The universe only responds to the quiet, heavy frequency of absolute certainty. Step 3 is the echo check. Throughout the day, you will monitor your internal resonance like a technician monitoring a radio signal. When you encounter a 3D glitch, a bill, a setback, a rejection, you will not flinch. If you flinch, you have lost the signal. Instead, you will look at the problem and say, this is old data. This is the echo of a frequency I no longer broadcast. By refusing to react to the echo, you prevent the old timeline from re-manifesting. You are holding the line. You are refusing to let the simulation bait you back into a state of wanting. This protocol is not a meditation. It is a tactical occupation of a new frequency. Do not try to do it. Execute it with the cold discipline of a machine.
The true test of the Chosen One is maintaining your new resonance while walking through the wreckage of the old world. Your spiritual awakening has granted you the ability to see through the holographic curtain, but you are still operating a human avatar in a dense simulation. You must integrate this code by becoming a master of paradox. You must be able to hold the frequency of king while your current physical reality looks like a servant. This is where you will face the phenomenon known as the extinction burst. When you suddenly stop broadcasting the wanting signal, when you stop feeding the energy vampires and the systems of lack, the matrix will experience a massive drop in voltage. It will panic. It will attempt to force you back into your old calibration by sending you a crisis. It will hit you with a sudden financial pressure or an emotional betrayal. It is testing the structural integrity of your new resonance. The matrix is asking, are you really a creator, or are you just pretending until things get hard? When the extinction burst hits, you must remain absolutely immovable. You must become a black hole of stoicism. You observe the chaos without becoming the chaos. You realize that the intensity of the pushback is the ultimate proof that your new signal is working. The system is glitching because it can no longer track your coordinates. If you react with lack or fear, you have re-entered the simulation's radar. If you remain in the resonance of "it is done," the old world has no choice but to dissolve. You are not fighting the matrix, you are simply outgrowing it. Maintain your seal. Do not leak your energy into the drama of the 3D world. You are the signal. The noise of the masses cannot touch you unless you choose to listen. Walk through the fire with the quiet, terrifying confidence of a man who knows that the flames are just a holographic projection. They are loud because they are empty. You are silent because you are full. You now possess the architecture of the law of resonance. You know why the universe ignored your begging, and why your wanting was the very thing keeping you in chains. But knowledge is just potential energy. I demand kinetic execution. It is time to sign the execution contract. Go to the comments below. This is your final task for this transmission. I want you to identify one specific want that has been draining your battery for years. That one thing you have been chasing, praying for, and crying over. I want you to officially kill that desire in the comments. State clearly that you are no longer wanting it. You are resonating as it. Describe how your physical body feels now that the pressure of seeking has been released. Do you feel lighter? Does the air in the room feel different? And then I want you to name one specific action you will take tomorrow to act as if your goal is already 5 years old. What does a person who already has everything do on a Tuesday morning? Write it down. Sign the ledger. Use the following authorization code to permanently lock this shift in the simulation database. Type the words, "The leak is detected." Read the reports of the other sovereign creators. You will see that you are not alone in this recalibration. You are part of a global shift in frequency that the matrix cannot stop. ... You have cleared the signal. You have stabilized your vibration. But even with a perfect vibration, there is one final wall you must shatter. A realization so profound that it makes the law of resonance look like a children's toy. Most people are terrified of this truth. 99% of creators will turn back at the gate because it requires the total death of the person they think they are. In our next transmission, we will reach the end of the line. We will decode the final realization that breaks the simulation entirely. The moment you realize that you are not the player, you are the game. It is the death of the ego and the birth of the absolute. Do not miss it. The Matrix 963. Out.